What's going on? It's your boy Moody here with yet another review. Today we got the Star Wars The Black Series Droideka Destroyer Droid versus Ki-Adi-Mundi review. And it's Attack of the Clones versus the Phantom Menace. So see who vies out and wins the power of the Force. Following my review of the all-new Phase 1 Clone Trooper, it's number 4 in the Attack of the Clones line, Jedi Master Ki-Adi-Mundi. You may have caught him in the Clone Wars as a Jedi Council member and top swordsman, a master of both Makashi and Ataru lightsaber combat forms, and that latter stance might just come in handy later on. We finally have Mundi, man! Is it Mundi? Is it Mundi? No, it's Saturday. But look, now it's time for Shaak Ti or even Barriss Offee. Hey, Tales of the Empire is pretty alright, right? Hasbro absolutely captured his binary brain size cone head to perfection. It's one of the greater head sculpts in the Star Wars Black Series line. There's no doubt about it. He's even got the tails on the back and everything. Just the level of detail of this alien humanoid. It's pretty damn amazing what they've done here. Yeah, it took a long time. It took a lot of Mandalorian and Clone Trooper repaints to get us this bad boy, but it was well worth the wait. We're not going to go too crazy, but just some of the highlights here is this nice soft PVC robe that you see here. Fits nicely over this other sculpted skirt. You got the pouch hanging down there. Nicely designed belt to go around. Got a hood. Unfortunately, it's not articulated, but it is heavily detailed. And it's nice. Would I want soft goods? Of course, I'm pro soft goods. So, you know, it kind of is what it is. And you get a nice peg hole there for the hilt. That'll pop right in very nicely right there. More on the lightsaber in a sec. It did a really nice job with the whole collar and neck, fitting that snug in there and giving it a nice layered look. And then when it comes to articulation of the cone bad brain, he's got a lot of crazy tilt. You probably won't be doing anything like that anytime soon unless you want to make a blue milk drunken Mundi. And I'm curious to see how many blue milks this bad boy is going to get, because he's already up there, if you know what I mean. So you get a little bit of a swivel going on there and a solo swivel without the neck moving around. So a completely 360 swivel. And then the whole neck, they're individual, they're solo. So that's nice. Lots of options for articulation on the head right there. We do have single elbows, but it isn't bad news because of how deep that cut is. You're going to notice that it goes past the 90-degree angle for a single elbow. So that's absolutely incredible. You know, as a fan of Marvel Legends, what they're doing now with the new Iron Man, the double pinless and the Model 20, and then of course a lot of WWE figures. We got a lot of pinless double elbow options, but I'm completely fine for an old tool character to have this new addition with a deep cut there, and it really works well here. Now the crazy part is you got hidden butterfly joints. Kind of reminds me of General Hawk and the Joes, where you could just barely see it underneath that jacket, and they snuck that in there. Butterfly joints on Star Wars figures. You'll love to see it, right? So a little bit of a click action there. But yeah, look at the range you're going to get with a guy who has all those different stances and forms of lightsabering. So then you get the ball joint there, full 360 torso. So lots of good range. And I'm not going to bore you to death with articulation. And I'm no master of articulation, but on a single knee, it does almost give you the same range that a double knee would. So it's pretty damn great. And the knee also swivels around. And a key for being a dynamic Jedi Master are these ballpoint wrist pegs. Check it out. It's an amazing addition. So yeah, it's going to tilt both up and down and side to side. Just terrific. Not only does he look great, he articulates like a beast compared to most Black Series figures. And this lightsaber has survived long after its great wielder had fallen, outlasted the force of republics and empires, the schemes of big ambitions and small minds. in the First Order too. Oh, Doc Ondar, why don't I have you already? But Entertainment Earth did have them for a pre-order, and I'm still waiting on that. Would have been nicely timed. But this is Mundi's, Ki-Adi-Mundi's lightsaber, and it's got the same exact hilt as the one we got with Ayla Secura. There was rumblings in early reviews from about a week ago or so that it was Grievous's. So either I'm blind to the repaint, or they have different Grievous's than me. I have a grievance with you, amazing Black Series influencers, but neither of these look like the same one. And these are the two that I got. They're matching two from Grievous. So either I have a different Grievous than you. So none of these match this one at all. So not sure where the Grievous thing is. In the comments, you know what to do. Blast me. Help that algorithm. Talk trash. Say I'm wrong. Say I'm dumb. Look at that. That almost looks the same, but it isn't. I mean, it just isn't, right? There's no way. No, that one's wider on the bottom. Doesn't have the peg on the top. So I don't know. Am I missing something? Did I give the wrong lightsabers to Grievous? That's possible. I probably gave the wrong hilt to Grievous when I was like, they were in a bag and I was moving. So it could be all me. But as far as I know, it's Ayla's. Speaking of Ms. Secure, we got the two Jedi paired up. Here we have Ki-Adi-Mundi with his fellow Jedi Masters, and you could see they all share that same slightly Force type with the two fingers up. Here's just a display of how each one can be used to separate it, but it would be nice to get some extra Force hands or something. There's only one pair of hands and he's got them on, so this is extremely light with accessories. Kind of the theme of our reviews today. Overall, this Jedi Master is amazing. He's a great figure, just lacking a couple extra Force hands. Just something to break the cycle of the previous Jedi Masters, but the new joint works. He's fun to play with, fun to articulate with. Just bare bones on the accessories for $24.99. It's standard. I get it. You know, there's going to be people apologizing for that. I'm cool with it. That said, amazing face sculpt. The PVC use of the robe is good. Soft goods would have been better, but therefore, I will still give it a mega score of 4.25 out of 5 blue milks for Ki-Adi-Mundi. I want those Droidekas up here at once. And what do you know? We got one at once. The one in the back's for Spec. Sorry, spoken for. Thank you, Spec. It's time to break down the Destroyer Droid. The Droideka is also number 4. But this time in the Phantom Menace lines. That's pretty cool. Back-to-back number 4s. The Battle of the Fours, baby. These rallies exist thanks to the Tread Federation during the Naboo invasion and the Confederacy during the Clone Wars. This thing is a beast. It's very light for a beast, I'll say that. And no shield. I get it. No shield. We wanted that shield, but that was a way to keep the Droideka down to a very fair cost of $33.99. You know, it is light on accessories, but it's one giant accessory. Adding a shield may have just put this into the $60 range. I would have paid it. I would have been very pleased with that. But, you know, you can't be too angry at that decision. Cosmetically, right away, these metallic maroons really pop onto these just duller gray seals. And then we got the arms with the classic twin blaster action right there. You could check out some of the detail that we got going on. There's a lot of details and hinges and just all kind of strange articulation going around here. So we'll go on through with it, but it's kind of a challenge to review. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be one of my more challenging reviews. But as you can see, it's a really nice metal sheen paint on there on the shield part. And then we got hinges. And then one of the most interesting thing is we've got this like live action piston thingamajig. So, and then really you got these butt. I guess it's right on the butt. The robots have butts. The droids have butts. Droid butt. You got the butt hinges, and they, you know, they flap or they flare, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, they're gonna be unfolded in walking mode. But you know, right out of the box they were like this. But you're gonna want them this way in unfolding mode. And there's some controversy here because if you look at the box art, the Droideka has the head shield all the way up, but in the Phantom Menace, these were down. These were absolutely down. Go back, watch a highlight on YouTube. Be very careful, by the way. These are pretty sensitive, not gonna lie. You got, tilt 360 and all that, but you're gonna want to push this in. So maybe I'm gonna say, instead of going all the way down, maybe going about halfway. That feels right to me. That feels right to me. But go look at reference. I mean, there's all kind of different reference photos. The way Hasbro posed this and everything, it was up as well, and these flaps were in. But, trying to get it as screen accurate as possible. Another absolute challenge for the Droideka in posing is this waist hinge. It feels like it's not going to snap down, but it does. As you can see, it slightly tilts down. You're going to want to tilt that down when you want to get in that shield wheel, rolly mode, however you want to say it. Another interesting bit is you got this clip on the head, underneath the head, that separates and it folds and extends and all that stuff. And again, it's pretty sensitive, and it's going to take a while for you to try to get that snap back in, so you'll have to really... There we go. That didn't take as long as I thought. Now the challenge is, the only way to get it to really look like a ball is to have this down. But in the movie, when they arrive in the battle, their heads are pulled up. So again, you're going to just have to mess with it for a little while. Like I said, we got that hinge. You pull back, you go forward. Somewhat rolls into a ball. It doesn't quite roll into a ball. Maybe you can kind of... These leg hinges go side to side here, and they go up and down, but unfortunately, that's about as good as you're going to get. There's no way to really roll this thing into a ball. Probably wasn't made for that. I don't know what the point of the articulation is if you can't roll into a ball. That's as good as I can get it, and it's probably better than most people, so I'm not too mad at it. As you can see, like I said, these panels, you're going to want these in as a ball, and of course, storming out, you're going to want to extend them. Pretty cool though. So this is pretty much my essential pose right here. Everyone's preference will be different. If you go back and watch the clip, I'd even push this up just a little more, but there is an extension from the shield to here. Although in the movie, it does look like it's this, and it could be, but they never roll as a ball with this. So to me, it just looks more elongated like that. It looks cooler, and it kind of gives the droid a neck, if you will, and then he'll articulate and look however he needs and however it pleases. And of course, these are out. So this is pretty much it. Would be nice to get some blast effects. We don't get a whole lot of blast effects. We get lots of lightsaber effects. It would be nice to get something. This don't have any portholes or anything, but I'm sure there's some aftermarket stuff. Overall, it's a pretty amazing contraption. It's about time. It's my most anticipated Black Series figure by far. Ki-Adi-Mundi was probably higher on a lot of folks' lists, but to me, this is like super essential in the series line. So I'm very thrilled with how it came out. And the shoulder extensions aren't as strong as they could be, but they're not as bad as some of the earlier reviews. And I'm wondering if it had to do with them getting it straight from like the factory. This thing has pretty damn good articulation, and it's a lot stronger on the shoulder. See, it does hunch down with that hinge there, but the extension is a lot better. I thought it was just going to keep being loose and fall down. So your mileage may vary on a Droideka. I think I got a home run opening this one and not opening specs behind me. He'll probably have the nice loose one. So sorry about that, David. But no way, kid. And also, when it comes to scale, I'd say that's pretty accurate. It's pretty much on par with Phase 1, and the other droid is slightly taller. Extend the neck. I don't have the Super Battle Droid yet. I did not get the 2-pack. I ordered this one separate. That's probably now delayed till Kingdom Come. But as you can see, and these are supposed to fall, they're really goofy and stupid. But yeah, I mean, that's damn good scale. If you do some research, it says it should be equivalent to, 6 foot, 6 inches, whatever. So yeah, it's pretty fair. I dig it. It works for me. All right, so how many blue milk whiskeys for my guy Droideka? I'm going to go 4 out of 5. I think it's an amazing test of engineering. I think they did a great job with the cosmetics of it all. but no shield, kind of bare bones, no blast effects. They did keep the cost at a very reasonable $33.99. I think it's affordable to build, and I think that was the case. For $100, people can get 3. So I will credit Hasbro with that. Nothing wrong with 4 out of 5, but Ki-Adi-Mundi's the winner. I didn't expect that at all. He wins this battle to the death, the duel of the Iron Fate. But yeah, he's the winner. Just an awesome Jedi. Wait, I said you won. Why'd you die? Oh.
Execute Order 66.
If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe. A Toy Kind of Mood goes live every Wednesday at 7 Pacific Time, 10 p.m. Eastern, covering all toys. But in the meantime, may the Force be with you. And I'll catch you in the toy aisle. Peace. Bastard.